If you have been a UX freelancer for months, maybe even years, and still feel invisible, you need to hear this. You're sending proposals, tweaking your portfolio for the 100th time, doing everything the internet told you to do, but still no serious clients. It's not because you're not talented, it's not because you're not working hard enough. It's because you're stuck in what I call is the freelance failure loop. And no one ever told you how to break it. Here's the truth. Most UX freelancers are doing it backwards. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I went from being ghosted and underpaid to closing $10,000 UX strategy projects without a fancy portfolio or even a huge social media following. And I'll show you how to do it too, using the same system. Let's break the loop. Let's start winning. Alright, let's get into it. Hi, I'm Swati. I've made over $200,000 as a freelancer, and $168,000 of that came from Upwork. Before freelancing, I worked in corporate and made close to $500,000. But I wanted more freedom, more impact, and honestly, more fun. Today, I help clients solve complex UX problems, and the work I've done have saved them millions. Best part, I haven't cold pitched in over a year. Clients come to me. But let's be real, this didn't happen overnight. I've been ghosted, underpaid, and overworked. I made all the mistakes most freelancers make, but I figured out what works. And now I'm here to show you how to build a freelance UX business that actually works for you. Because if you're stuck in that cycle of sending a proposal after proposal, getting ghosted, and wondering, what am I doing wrong? Let me tell you, there is a smarter, simpler way to build the real UX freelance business. And I'm going to walk you through it step by step. Let's start with this. In the beginning, you don't need to niche down. You don't need a polished portfolio. You don't even need fancy case studies. What you do need is curiosity and the willingness to figure things out. When I first started, I was a generalist. I said yes to a lot of different projects, not because I had it all figured out, but because I wanted to learn by doing the things. So here's what I recommend. Start broad, try different types of projects, take on smaller gigs, work with different kinds of clients, because solving messy, unclear problems in the real world, that's how you build actual experience. And that experience is going to give you the confidence to take on bigger, higher paying work later. When a client needed a UX audit, a customer journey map, a user flow, or just a fresh pair of eyes on their product, I said yes. Those smaller projects paid me while I was learning, and they helped me figure out what I truly enjoyed doing. Next, take Upwork seriously. I know, it costs connects to apply, but hear me out. Upwork is a goldmine of real paying opportunities. Unlike Instagram or LinkedIn, where you're shouting into the void, Upwork is a targeted freelance marketplace. Clients are on there right now posting jobs and actively looking for help. I've made nearly $200,000 from Upwork alone. So what's the trick? Respect the platform, don't try to move clients off the platform or break terms of service, and most importantly, learn to spot red flag clients. A lot of freelancers assume Upwork clients are low budget, but when you find the right one, they'll happily pay you $5,000 to $10,000 just for clarity and UX insights, not just pretty screens. Want my list of red flag clients to avoid? Drop a comment below and I'll share it. Next step, think like a strategist. Here's where the real shift happens. You have to stop thinking like a designer and start thinking like a strategist. Discovery calls aren't about selling yourself. They're about diagnosing real problems. Be curious, ask smart questions, and dig deeper. I once had a client who came to me to ask for a full website redesign, but instead of jumping into the layout ideas or mood boards, I asked, "Why do you feel the need to redesign?" He said conversions were low. So I asked if they were tracking anything through Google Analytics. We checked, and boom. Turns out, mobile conversions were way lower than the desktop ones. The issue wasn't the whole site, it was a broken mobile experience. What he really needed was a mobile UX optimization, not a full website redesign. That's what thinking like a strategist is like. If you don't identify the root cause, every fix is just a band-aid. And when results don't improve, the client may think that you're the problem, when in reality, the strategy was missing. But when you show up as a problem solver, asking the right questions and offering the right solutions, you earn trust. You become a partner, not just a pixel pusher. Now that you're thinking like a strategist and solving real problems, you've started to understand the client's business and their users on a deeper level. That's how you upsell. Not by pushing extra services, but by offering valuable insights. So when I helped the client to improve their mobile site experience, I noticed the checkout process was also a major issue. People were dropping off because it had 7 steps in it, which was way too long and confusing. I explained this to the client and showed how simplifying the checkout process could reduce abandoned carts. That's how I positioned a checkout flow optimization as the next step in the process. That was based on real data, not sales pitch. And last but definitely not the least, market the work you've already done. Ask for testimonials from clients that are happy. Don't wait. Turn even small wins into case studies. It can be as simple as we increased checkout completions by 24%. Share that on LinkedIn, add it to your proposals, or turn it into a post or a video which you can post on Instagram, because that's how future clients will find you, even when you're not actively looking. Document your wins, celebrate your progress, and share what you have learned. That's how you build authority without shouting. Well, that's the system. No fluff, no guesswork, just real practical steps that move your freelance career forward. UX freelancing doesn't have to feel overwhelming or unpredictable. You don't need a perfect portfolio or a fancy degree, latest certifications, or 10 years in experience. What you do need is this: curiosity, the ability to ask right questions, and a mindset focused on solving real problems and building trust. That's how I went from being ghosted and underpaid to running a 6-figure UX freelance business on my terms. And if you're willing to think differently, lead with insight, and actually take action, you can do it too. If you're a UX freelancer, hit that subscribe button. I'm sharing the exact strategies and cheat codes I've learned over a decade so you can stop being the task taker and start showing up as a strategic partner. Let's build your freelance business one smart move at a time. Follow along for the real behind the scenes of what actually works in UX freelancing.